Wade Wilson, 29 years old, whose name has now become synonymous with horror and crime, found himself at the center of national attention after a series of first-degree charges connected to the deaths of Christine Melton and Diana Ruiz. These women became victims of brutal murders that occurred just days apart in October 2019. Christine Melton was found dead in her home, while Diana Ruiz's body was discovered in a field a few days later. For these heinous crimes, Wilson faces the highest penalty in Florida, death row. But can a person really be born a natural-born killer, or is this the result of deep emotional trauma and pain? Each case is unique, but Wade Wilson's story is so shocking that it leaves no one indifferent. Being a witness to these horrific events in my hometown, I couldn't leave this case unattended. The media covered every step of the investigation, and watching hours of prison phone calls, court sessions, and podcasts only fueled my desire to tell this terrifying story. It all began on October 7th, 2019, when Wade Wilson committed 2 murders in Cape Coral, Florida. On the evening of October 6th, he met Christine Melton at a popular local bar called Buddha. They spent the night together, but the next morning, while Christine was asleep, Wilson strangled her and then stole her car. But his bloodthirsty spree did not end there. Later that day, he randomly encountered Diana Ruiz, who was on her way to work. Wilson asked her for directions and then persuaded her to get into his car. What happened next is beyond words. Wilson attempted to strangle Diana, but when he realized she was still alive, he threw her out of the car and ran over her several times. The day of horror did not end there. Early in the morning, Wilson brutally attacked his ex-girlfriend Mila Mons and attempted to drag her into his car. Fortunately, she managed to escape, and witnesses called the police. At about 9 a.m. that Monday, Fort Myers police received a report of a man and woman fighting in the street. Witnesses claimed that the man was trying to force the woman into a car. Mila Mons, who survived her encounter with Wilson, told police that he had punched her in the face and bitten her ear. Her escape was a testament to Wilson's incredible cruelty, as he threatened to kill her, making her fear for her life. Meanwhile, at 10 a.m. that same day, Diana Ruiz was last seen alive on her way to work. Her colleagues, worried by her absence, immediately called the police. With each passing hour, the tension grew and authorities launched an active search. Later that day, Cape Coral police received information from a witness named Jos Lage, who reported that Wilson had confessed to him about the murder. The police quickly established a search perimeter, but initially failed to find him. It turned out that Wilson was hiding in one of the houses. The police called him, and he asked for time to talk to his father. Meanwhile, the body of Christine Melton was found by Cape Coral police. The search for Diana Ruiz continued for several more days until her body was discovered near her home. Wade Wilson's conversations with his father revealed horrific details of his crimes. He confessed to the murders of 2 women with incredible cold-bloodedness, showing no remorse. Initially, his father couldn't believe his son was telling the truth, thinking he was just under the influence of drugs. However, realizing the seriousness of the situation, Wilson's father eventually called the police, leading to his arrest on October 8, 2019. After his arrest, Wilson continued to display his malicious nature, openly discussing his crimes and trying to build his defense on the basis of insanity. His cold-bloodedness and indifference during court sessions further underscored how dangerous he is. After hearing arguments from both sides, the jury found Wade Wilson guilty on several counts: first-degree murder, assault, grand theft, petty theft, and burglary. The final sentence has yet to be delivered, but it is already known that Wilson will be transferred to a penitentiary in Florida, where he will join 276 other death row inmates awaiting execution. Convicts have the right to choose between lethal injection and the electric chair, and if they do not make a choice, the first option will be assigned by default. They are given 30 days to decide, after which death row inmates are transferred to Union Correctional Institution in Rayford, southwest of Jacksonville, where they wait for their turn. Meanwhile, Wade Wilson is becoming increasingly popular on the internet. His heartless behavior, cold gaze, and narcissism during court sessions attract public attention. He is called the Joker due to a tattoo of a creepy smile on his face. He is also nicknamed the Deadpool Killer because of the similarity in name. Some girls fall in love with him, creating an illusion of his innocence, although there are also internet users who demand justice in memory of the victims. Wilson's case resembles the notorious crimes of Theodore Bundy, where women also fell victim, and the number of female fans of the criminal raises concerns that the Bundy phenomenon may be repeating in our time. What drives such people to commit these crimes? Is it really all about appearance? It's difficult to find an answer, but the terrifying story of Wade Wilson will forever remain in the memories of many.